Hi everyone, this is Arepian.
And Charmy. So, since I started working and shopping in Canada, I've noticed a lot of things about money here that are pretty different from Japan. Things I really wish someone had told me before I came. So today, Arepian and I are going to walk you through everything you should know about Canadian cash before you arrive.
So, we're going to start off talking about all the bills and the names of the coins. We'll start off with the bills. So, this is our $100 bill. It has, I forget his name, it has Sir Robert L. Borden, who was our Prime Minister during World War I. And on the back side, you have the Canadian research of penicillin. And then you have, I believe, Mackenzie King. You have Mackenzie King on our $50 bill. And then you have our Arctic trawlers for northern exploration. And then you've got old Lizzie, Queen Elizabeth II of England on this side. And then you have our Vichy Memorial, which belongs to Canada, but it's in France, and it's part of a World War I monument. The land is Canada, technically. And then the $10 bill, you may notice, it is not horizontal, it is vertical. This is Viola Desmond, who is a civil rights activist. And then I believe this is the Museum of Human Rights in Quebec. And then on the $5 bill, you have Sir Wilfrid Laurier. He's the longest serving prime minister. He was the prime minister for 21 years in a row, which is crazy. And he brought together Canada and France. And then you have the Canada Arm, which is our space exploration on the back.
It's cool that each bill is different color, and they all have like clear parts.
Yeah. So as you can tell, this is not paper. This is plastic. You cannot rip it. You can't crunch it up. You can't destroy it.
Yeah. Sometimes we leave the money, we leave the bill in pocket and the laundry, but those bills are totally fine.
Yeah, there's no problem. And they're very, very hard to counterfeit versus a paper money. These are very hard to counterfeit.
Yeah. Counterfeit means like make a fake money.
Make a fake one, yeah. And the bills became new in
2011 to 2013.
Okay.
They moved over to plastic money.
Okay.
It took 2 years, apparently.
And originally, when I was a kid, and they originally came out with the new plastic money, they said that the maple leaf on the $20 bill smelled like maple syrup.
Does it
That's
smell?
No, it was totally a rumor, but I believed it as a kid. So we will move on to the coins. Okay, so we are going to start off with the $1 coin. In Canada, it's called a loonie because it has a picture of the loon, which is Canada's national bird. And then on the back of the coin, you will see Queen Elizabeth. So this coin is originally from 1980. Queen Elizabeth looks quite young in this coin. But if we go to a 2016 coin, you can see that she's actually a lot older. So it's cool as it ages as she does. So then we're going to go on to the $2 coin. This one has King George on it, as he is now the new king, and has a little bear on it. It's called the toonie because it is two loonies. It's $2, so we call it the toonie. So this is the 25-cent coin, also known as a quarter because it is a quarter of a dollar. It has a little moose on it. It's very cute. And then we go on to the smallest, but not the last of the coins, the 10-cent coin, which is called a dime. So it is, if you have 10 of these, that's $1. It has a very famous boat on it. And then we go to the 5-cent coin. This is called a nickel. It used to be made out of the metal called nickel, but it's actually quite a large coin, and it has a beaver on it.
It took me a while to get used to all the coins. It was especially tricky that 10 cent is the smallest, because from $2 to 25 cents, the size is in order, like the bigger amount, the bigger coin. But suddenly 10 cents, it's the smallest coin. Doesn't make so much sense to me.
And the nickel is bigger.
Anyways, as you use those coins on daily basis, you will get used to that. And then those 5 kind of coin is coins we see in like daily life now. But I've heard there is another kind of coin as well.
Yes, there is the elusive penny. So it is a 1-cent coin. You need 100 of these for $1. They stopped making these when was it, Chummy?
Canada stopped making 1-cent coin in back 2013. It was because making 1 cent cost more than 1 cent itself.
The metal was worth more than the actual coin's value. So people would take them, they would just buy up lots and then melt them for a profit.
So we don't use penny, which is 1 cent anymore. Okay, so if you don't use 1 cent anymore, how do you pay when something costs like $4.99?
So if you're paying by credit card or debit card or electronic cash, you're going to be paying that $4.99. But if you're paying with cash, you're either going to round up or round down. So 1 and 2 cents, you round down to 0. And 3 and 4 cents, you round up to 5 cents. 6, 7 cents, you round down to 5. 8, 9, you round up to 10.
So if I buy something which is $4.99 in cash, I pay $5 and there is no change.
No change. It'll be $5.
And if I pay something $4.97 in cash, I just pay $4.95.
That's correct. You get a 2-cent discount.
That's confusing.
So confusing.
But we just did shopping today, and it was $47.14, and so we had to pay $47.15.
Yes.
It's confusing. When I was working as a server, I had to give customer change and I had to think about this in my brain. It was so confusing. But I got used to it after all, so don't worry too much.
It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's not a big deal.
It's 1 cent after all.
Yeah. So in Canada, you're also going to hear people say a buck when they're talking about a $1 coin, the loonie. So long time ago, a deer skin cost $1. So people would use the deer skin, which is a buck, and they would just trade the buck skin for $1. So eventually the $1 coin or the bill just got the name a buck. So many people will say it was $20 or dinner tonight was $14.
So when people say $20, it means it was $20.
Yes.
Interesting.
So we have 5 kinds of bills, 6 kinds of coins, even though one of them isn't really in use anymore. And I hope you were able to get some good information from this video. If you want to come travel or work in Canada, This is very important information to know. So I hope you got some useful information. And I'd like to say thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions. And bye-bye.
See you again.